Hello bandasa equick one. Hayi ndingenela nje ukuthi there's life after death. There is actually life after death. Sometimes when death strikes us and we lose all hope, especially death of those that we regarded as our anchor on this earth, it becomes difficult to see a way forward. It becomes difficult to see light at the end of the tunnel. But I'd like to tell you today, ukuthi there is actually life after death. I'm reading in the book of Exodus, Pago chapter 1, the history of the children, Baga Jacob, no Yosef, the abantwana bakaSirayeli. We are told there ukuthi Jacob and his sons, they all passed away together with Yosef, the one who had invited them there. But I love verse 7. It says, but their descendants, isizukulwane sabo, had many children and grandchildren, and they multiplied, and they became extremely powerful and filled the land. After the passing away of abo babeze nabo nalowo wayeba invitile, after the passing away of their fathers, or Reuben, or Simeon, or Dan, all those who are mentioned there, who were the children of Jacob, and even after passing away of Joseph, it says that their children became fruitful and multiplied, and they filled the land. They were extremely powerful. Now, I can imagine these people were in a foreign land. Imagine being taken by your parent and going to a foreign land, and the person who even was the one who invited you into this foreign land passes away. Imagine being a child or a grandchild of that parent who passed away after you guys are now in a foreign land. What a hopeless situation that can be. But the scripture says here that God was with them, and they multiplied, and they filled the land. Why am I reading this? This morning I am impressed to say to you, there is life after death. Yes, you may see as if there's no way out. You may see as if it's the end of the road even for you, because ithemba lakho limkile. I'm reminded of my experience. When I was 16, I was brought up by my grandmother. When I was 16, it was in September, and I was doing standard 9, which is grade 11. Yeah? My grandmother passed away. My mother had just gotten married a few years ago and had moved to stay in another town. So it was only me and my grandmother. I was too young. My grandmother was my anchor. She was my literal everything. It was just before the exams, the final exams. I didn't know how I was going to get over that. I didn't know how life was going to be like. I'm alone at home. My mother is in another town. The only person I grew up with and the only person I knew was gone. There were times when I would come back from school, and when I opened the house, that used to be filled with nice, warm food waiting for me after school, that was not there anymore. The scent of nice food was not there. What would welcome me as I opened the door was that smell of a closed house from the whole morning. And amandlam would break. There were times I would get in and I would just look at couch where she used to sit and have her coffee when I'm back from school. And I would just sit there and cry until the neighbors found me one day crying by myself. And thank God for them, because after that day, someone made sure to always be there when I come back from school and welcome me, and they'll be having food for me even. Someone would come from the neighborhood and would sleep with me at home until my cousin came and stayed with me afterwards. But today, I am where I am. I did become fruitful. I did multiply. I did even pass that standard 9. I did pass that matric, ebunzimeni. But I did. Even more things happened afterwards. I even lost my home. A story for another day. But today, I'm grateful to God to say even the home that I lost, He multiplied it. Where I grew up and where I am is definitely not the same, not even the same size, because God multiplies. There is life after death. Don't lose hope. God bless.